What is going on, guys? Back at it again with another one. And if you don't know Batman Damned, I know it's a little bit older, but you know what? If you don't know it, let's go.
Yeah. Please tell me that I can't, that I won't, that I fail, that I'll never make it out, yeah. Please tell me all the bad, never good. Fill my head full of every single doubt.
What is going on, guys? Back at it again with another one. It is your boy Conehead, and today we are going over Batman Damned. Now, if you watch one of my last videos, you have to go back and see, not too far back, we did a review on Joker. Joker is technically book one, okay? Even though this has got book one, book two, book three inside this one little book, it's pretty easy to get through. But even though it's got 3 books in it, this is technically would be volume 2. This would technically be volume 1. Even though it doesn't even say it's related. You could buy this book and not have read that book, and you just jump into this book and start reading. Can you do it? I mean, yeah, you could do it in both books, I guess. But if you want to get the full story, you're going to want to read the Joker first. I know these are older books, so if you read them, then hang in there with me. If you haven't read them, then let me tell you about it. Now, Joker in the first book, now I already did the review on it, so we're not going to go over it all the way. We're just going to give little bits and pieces. Joker in the first book, Joker, written by Brian Azzarello and drawn by Lieber Mayhew. It's a great story. Okay, guys, it's a great story. So it's mainly about Johnny Frost. It's mainly his story, telling about it. Okay, so he tells about the story, deals with the Joker, blah 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 blah. We get to the end, we get to the bridge, the big part. Somebody falls off the bridge. We have no idea who it is. So, okay, let me tell you now. Now we're into book 2, right? This is where somebody falls off the bridge, and presumably at the beginning you think it's Batman because they got a shadow of Batman falling off the bridge. That's why I said you kind of want to read that book to understand this book, because the way this book starts off. Let me take the cover off. Here's this. You see how it's got that kind of what do you call this kind of paper where you can see through it to see the actual book, whatever kind of paper it is. But it's ripping like crazy, guys, so it's not that great a paper, a dust cover to put on there. So at the beginning of this book, guys, we started off with someone telling the story, right? Like always. And you know what? One of the people the person telling the story is John Constantine. This is just okay. I said I don't like Lieber Mayhew art at the beginning. I'm starting to fall more and more for Lieber Mayhew art as well as Brian Azzarello's stories. This book is an amazing book, and I jumped into it a while ago, and I was like, what the fuck is going on? I pretty much read almost all of it, and then I stopped. I was like, this is a crazy story. This is the craziest story, and I set it down, and I didn't pick it up for a while. And I had this book when the Prime 1. I don't know if you know the Prime 1 statues of the Joker and the Batman, and I really like those statues, but I just wasn't getting into the book. I read the book again. Actually, I read Joker first, and then I jumped into this one the second time around, and I freaking love this story, and I love that story, and it's making me really want the Luther book, to read that one. But also, it's making me really pissed off that I didn't get those statues, because now I want that Batman statue and that damn Joker statue, because I'm really, really liking this story. And I'm really liking Brian Azzarello's drift on it, or the way he writes, the way he tells the story. It's really confusing, but if you start to just pay attention, you'll start figuring shit out. It does have John Constantine in it, pretty much telling the story. And John Constantine is one of my favorite characters. I like how he don't really give a shit. But this has got John Constantine in it. It's got Spectra in it. It's got Deathman in it. Or Dead Man in it, I'm sorry. Zatanna, did I say Zatanna? And then we got the Enchantress. And we even get Swamp Thing in this, guys. So the beginning is basically them finding him. He's like constantly calling for Alfred, right? I'm not going to go all over this book. I'm just kind of going to go through it really quick. But the beginning of it, he's pretty much dying. He's calling for Alfred, but Alfred never answers throughout this whole book. They try to rip off his mask in the ambulance, and you know that's not going to happen. So he takes off. He ends up catching up with John Constantine. See, this is the part he's falling off the bridge. Bam. He's fell off the bridge, guys. So, actually, I'm going to do like this because I can see it. He falls in the water. And he sees his mom and dad. Martha! Martha! There you go, John Constantine. There's your boy. Now, you know with John Constantine, and then you got Zatanna in it. You got Enchantress. You got the Dead Man in it. This book is going to be full of, and Spectra. So this book's going to be full of crazy magic shit and spirits and all kinds of like whatever you can think. Okay, it goes. It's a. This is why I like DC, and this is why I like Black Label personally too, because I like Black Label stories. I'm really, really, really into Black Label. I'm really glad I picked this book up again, guys. If you really haven't read this book, it's worth the read. Make sure you read Joker first, though. So here's where you see the Enchantress. So basically, we're saying that in this. Now, the way the story ends, you can pretty much interpret it how you want to. So, and you see Enchantress here at the beginning. So basically, she's been pretty much taunting him since he was a little boy, right? So there's two ways to look at this story. You can look at it. I'm just gonna get right to the point, okay? Just read this book. You know, read the book. But I'm just gonna pretty much tell you the spoiler of this book is. You can look at this book two ways, really. Two ways that I see, really. Way one is Batman dies in the alley as Bruce Wayne. So there was never a Batman, right? He's in hell. This is like his own hell story, okay? Now, if that's the case, then this book wouldn't even be like this is all hell too. So that's where it gets me, because if I'm reading this book and then reading this book and then we're saying that Batman died as Bruce Wayne, I don't know how much sense that makes. I can get it, like part of it, because Brian Azzarello really twists this freaking story like really crazy, to kind of make up your own ending of how it goes. But him dying in the alley doesn't make too much sense. So here we go. So see, this is Spectra right here. That's Spectra. So he's a creepy bum throughout this whole story, but he's like constantly getting mad at him and yelling and shit. We're gonna fast forward this. This is Batman's like looking for the Joker. Okay. This is he knows some shit's going on. He's also I know that whole big thing about Batman being naked, like I'm showing you his butt right now. So, and if you got that might be worth something in CGC form. Seriously, like if you got him with his junk showing, like it's not shaded out, you might be able to sell that thing. No pun intended. You might be able to sell that for some money. Just because it's the original printing and they took it off, so now you don't have his junk. But this is pretty much showing him like he's in a weak state, in a vulnerable state, because you see how he's nervous right here. Like he freaks out. He thinks his own costume is grabbing him, which really takes you to that part where like, is he in hell? Once you read it, you almost want to. This is like another one of those books where you read and you want to reread it. Now, lucky for me, like I said, I read pretty much all of it. And then I put it down and I was like, what the fuck? And then I finally picked it back up. I read this one and I reread this one. I was like, okay, everything's starting to make sense. And the artwork in this is freaking amazing. You just got to pay attention to little things. Like there's Santana. Harley Quinn does show up. There's Bruce Wayne over here, dressed up in a disguise, trying to hide. You see Dead Man right there. He's creeping into people's bodies in and out. That man pops up throughout this whole thing. And you got Zatanna like there, like, hey, you're looking for the Joker, right? I'm gonna keep looking over here, guys, while I'm flipping this so I can tell you what's going on. This goes back to him at his house, basically the Enchantress, and is constantly fucking with him, dude. Throughout this whole book, she keeps creeping up out of everywhere. And it's all, parts of it. When you read it, you'll understand. She's like to be strong, to be or whatever she says, to be brave. She's basically telling him like he's got to get rid of all his fears and stuff. So in order to be the Batman, right, he can't be scared of shit. Now this is where you see Joker's back, right, and this is Harley Quinn. They think that Joker is back, but really this part is really just let me see, this is John and Batman talking again. Batman don't really like Constantine. He's just pretty much dealing with him, but I like Constantine because again he's like, he don't give a shit, and he always does shit for his own reasons. Is he really doing it to help you, or is he really doing it for his own reasons? Probably, chances are he's probably doing it for his own reasons. So you see, this is where he was a kid again. He's got the gun pointed to her head. Bruce's mom and dad were like fighting, pretty much getting a divorce, whatever. He leaves, so he's stuck with the mom. He's kind of blaming the mom, and then he points the gun at the mom, and she, "Don't you ever point a gun at me again? Don't you ever point a gun at me again?" This is a rapper dude. It's pretty funny. So they're looking for the Joker is what's going on, pretty much. That's all that's going on here. And then they go and rescue people from a burning building, or try to rescue people from a building, and come to find out that damn Enchantress is there, and the damn Spectra is there. I'm pretty sure Spectra was in here. Yeah, he pops up. And then you got that Joker smile, look at that, and the bat symbol. So you know the Joker's back, right? Freaking great story, guys. It really pisses me off that I didn't get these statues, because I really want these statues. See, there's the fucking Spectra judging Batman for everything he's done. So that's what Spectra does, right? Here you got his mom and him. I forget what she's talking about there, but they basically get out of here. You know, John Constantine talking, telling his story, and blah blah blah. And then you have this person dressed up as the Joker, and like, oh shit, there's the Joker, the cops are down there. And then Batman jumps up there, and boom, it's not freaking Joker, it's freaking Harley Quinn, okay? It's freaking Harley Quinn. See? She's like, I think what's going on with her is that she needs Joker. Like, this one, basically, where she's like obsessed with Joker, she's got to have her Joker. So she's pretty much pissed off that she don't have her Joker. But now here's the other trippy part, because look, you see this? See her right there? See her shit all? So, is she dead? Is that what's going on here? Are we seeing just ghosts? This is a ghost story, right? This is pretty much what happened. He's in hell. He's in hell. But remember, I told you we'll get to that second way when we get closer to the end. He pretty much. So look at. You see the shadows down here? It's not him doing this. It's Enchantress. Okay? She's like controlling him. So now we got Joker's face. We're on to book 3. We're getting towards the end, which is the good parts. Batman wakes up in a freaking casket, dude. He wakes up in a freaking casket under the freaking ground. He's trying to break out of it, and all of a sudden, out of nowhere, these roots come breaking through. Pretty much pulls his ass up, and who do you get? Big old Swamp Thing. I love this. It looks freaking amazing. They made Swamp Thing look amazing. I love everything about this. Rips Batman right up. And then John Constantine, because you know John Constantine and Swamp Thing got a relationship, right? And Swamp Thing's pretty much telling Batman, or the Knight, he calls him the Knight, don't trust him, don't trust John Constantine, pretty much, right? So, I'm trying to get through this a little bit quicker than what we did the first one. Guys, this is definitely worth the read. You still got the Enchantress here. I'm trying to control shit still. Trying to take over Batman. Here is the end alley. So, what do we got here? So this is where they go to meet Zatanna. John Constantine takes him to go meet Zatanna. Dead man goes into someone's body. Zatanna does a little whoop whoop, and she pops him out of his body. But basically, they're saying, do you want to see who you are? See the soul, basically. And this is where you find out really the two stories. So if you look, when Batman's looking, he's looking at himself, and who does he see? He sees himself as a boy. So If we go back past this, look at this. This is just amazing. The artwork. Once you start reading the story, this is it's almost like a freaking Blair Witch story. How some people really got into it, and then you gotta really dig yourself into that Blair Witch story, like part 2. It's kind of creepy ass shit. Look at this. This is just amazing. So basically, Enchantress was running down that alley, and he chose his destiny. He followed her. He pretty much sold his soul, is what they're saying. And then they all died. Or, because even though he died, or did he die and she's telling him to be strong? You gotta not have no fears, which is why it was showing like that part where he was naked and like fragile and shit, and his costume was trying to grab him and shit. Or is it saying he died there, and that's where Batman was born? So Bruce Wayne died, Batman was born. So that's your second way of looking at it. He's not dead through all this, because you could interpret it as he died, and then this whole thing is in hell, which I'll show you, because John Constantine pretty much shoots her, and blam, you see it all. She turns into like bats and shit. Fucks her up. Boom, 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 boom. Exactly like when Martha and the dad died. So, yeah, Bruce on the ground. Bruce pretty much says he's got to go figure this out. And this is where John Constantine and them split up. And he meets Spectra. And the Spectra's pretty much like, hey, you're going to be judged. And he's like, what am I being judged for? What did I do? This is what it's coming down to. And what it came down to is the end of this damn story, okay, guys? This is what I was talking about. So what happened? Joker stabbed him. Okay, Joker stabbed him. He knew he was dying. And then you see Joker pretty much is tripping. And that, down there, Johnny, there's fucking Johnny Frost, dead. So is he tripping over him, or is he just tripping because Batman punched him? That's the question. You can't really tell looking at this. Oh, yeah, he's tripping over Johnny. See right there. See, I didn't pay attention that close. I just see this picture. See, he tripped over Johnny Frost. He falls off. Right? He's falling off the bridge. And pretty much if you fall, it goes back into this because Bruce Wayne almost falls off the bridge when the dad throws a coin, because he's spitting and trying to raise the coin up the bridge. So he spits. And then Dad says, try to beat this, and the coin goes off, and Bruce tries to jump over it. And he's like, are you trying to kill yourself? Are you trying to kill yourself? So from a fall this far, you know you're dead. Well, Batman knows he's dying, right? So Batman knows he's dying. He pretty much says he was going to save Joker, but if he's dying, Joker can't be in this world with him. Or Joker can't be in a world without Batman. So Joker's got to die too. So he did what he did, and he's glad that he did it, which is he didn't kill the Joker because the Joker tripped over Johnny Frost. He just didn't save him. He didn't go to grab him. You see, got this hand right here, and then watch. The Joker's hanging. I love this artwork. I love this story. And then, see, boom, he closes his fist. So he's like, I'm not saving him because he knows he's dying, right? And then you got Spectre like, okay, well, you're being judged for that because you didn't save him. So now you're going to hell. So that being hell, and then you see the Joker walking, getting up. So the Joker's walking, getting up. Ain't that freaking crazy? And then you see the so the bloodline at the very beginning turns into So is he alive? That's the question. Now here was my second theory, or here's my second thought, is that, okay, so Batman could have died as a boy, or he died that day, turning him into Batman. So he's no longer Bruce Wayne, as a boy. He's now Batman. However, he died, right, at the end of that book, right? So this is hell. This part of the book is hell. So he's pretty much, all this is, you got Dead Man, you got Zatanna, and we all know that they can see crazy shit. So is John Constantine pulling him along for this ride for something? What the hell is going on here? Obviously, because Harley's ripped open, like she looks like she got fucked up. So he died. He already died. That's the thing. Okay, so that's got the you just got to keep thinking about this. He died. Okay, he died at the end of this. He didn't save Joker. Joker fell off the bridge. Does Joker really survive, or is it just Joker is in his hell? So the he comes back up. Harley Quinn's obviously dead for who God knows why. It don't really say. And then you got the Enchantress, who's just been fucking with them the whole time. You got Deadman, who's been fucking here the whole time. And then you just got, but Swamp Thing also sees him. So Swamp Thing pulls him out of the casket. See, this is him in hell. This is him in hell. This is what's going on, guys. This is him in hell, because Swamp Thing pulls him out of the casket. And if you look, you see his freaking face and everything is like decayed. Like, watch Joker's face. If you watch right here, you will see his face is all screwed up looking. Look at that. That's freaking crazy. Right here, look at it. His face is all fucked up, guys. Oh, I'm always showing you the wrong one. Boom, boom. You can't really see. So here's the thing, guys. To judge it for yourself, okay? If you gotta think of how you want to think it, you gotta like reread it again, which I probably will read it again and look more into this art, because the more you look into this art, like you see where Deadman becomes a rat, and you see how there's so much stuff, like the Enchantress hiding when he kills Harley. You know, you got the Enchantress pretty much in the water here. I mean, there's a lot of stuff that you got to pay attention to. You see her? See her creepy ass? So there's a lot of stuff. So this whole story, was he dead the whole time? Did he die as the kid? Or did he die that day? He died that day. That's why he didn't save the Joker. He flatlined at the beginning. Look at. We'll see. Look at. Starts off flatline. Okay? And then it beeps. But I don't think the beep is real. Okay? You see the blood is gushing out of him. So he's dying. Maybe he came back for a second. But he's pretty much dying. And him jumping out of the cab. I don't know, guys. There's so many ways you can look at this, I guess. I don't think him dying at the end makes, like, he went through all this and then died. I don't think so. Because you got the Enchantress, like, in the background, like, creeping him out the whole time. I don't know. Tell me your takes on it. Tell me what you think on it. Hopefully you watched it, stayed with me this whole video to see what my thoughts were, because I think this book is freaking amazing. I think if you haven't read it, you definitely need to read it. Make sure you read the Joker first, though, guys. Make sure you read the Joker first, because I'm telling you, this is what leads into this. This is where you get the bridge story, and this is like multiple bridge, is like him falling off the bridge at the beginning, and then at the end, it's Joker falling off the end. And again, you have the Enchantress, you know, fucking with him. So, and then, you know, you got Deadman here as the rat. John Constantine shoots him. This is why I was saying the art. You just gotta kind of pay attention to that art, because look at just the way Martha died. Same way, right? Getting shot right there in that alley, and then all shit flying off of her neck. So like I said, it's a great book. And then you even got like this ha 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 in the background with the light. Look at ha 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 ha. That spells out ha 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 with the light. So Lee Bermejo and his crazy ass art, and Brian Azzarello and his crazy ass story. Is this worth the read? You're goddamn right it is. It's a Black Label. This is an what do you want to call it? Adult book, I guess. You can see Bruce Wayne's junk no, you won't see it. But if you got it, you might have it. Like, you might get paid for that book. I'm telling you guys. There's some people that might want Batman's freaking ding-a-ling up in a comic, you know, with a 9.8 on top of that sucker. I bet you get some money for it. I guarantee you get some money for it. But anyway, guys, that is the story. If you haven't read it, you need to read it. Like I said, read Joker first. Freaking Brian Azzarello's freaking story is amazing. This is what makes me really like, you know, all the comics and stuff. I like this darker comics. I like these stories like this. I like the, you know, the non-following the freaking line, and we're over here in a whole nother multiverse bullshit, telling some other crazy-ass story like Harleen, or the Harley and Joker story. It's freaking amazing stories when they do these little side stories. This is what I really like. This is my favorite parts about the comics, is these side stories. So if you don't know, now you know. Get yourself the books, guys. And peace. We'll see you on the next one.